person is here. Major Thompson, the Honorable Rob Anders, distinguished guests, parents, and most importantly, cadets. First of all, I'd like to thank Viking Aircraft for providing us with this beautiful facility and background for our ACR this year. I just think it's phenomenal. I'd like to give them a big hand for doing this for us. I told the guys from work I was talking today, so they're all going to start bringing planes by here, but they'll drown me out. But I just want to say that 30 years ago this summer, I headed off to camp to represent 615 Luno Squadron on a power scholarship. Just as Warrant Officer 2nd Class Wajaya and Flight Sergeant Levine will represent 781 Calgary Squadron this summer. That darn Air Canada. I had a love for flying as long as I remember, and that summer only solidified what direction in life I wanted to take. In the past 30 years, I've accumulated over 18,000 hours of flight hours, flown over 5 million miles, that's the equivalent of flying to the moon and back 10 times. I've carried over 2 million passengers. I've carried refugees out of their war-torn countries to bring them to a new life in Canada. I was able to fly my parents to Europe, and once did an around-the-world trip in 6 days. I got to do all this because at the age of 13, I told my dad I'd like to be a pilot someday. My dad, being a former Sea Cadet and a Chief Petty Officer in the Navy, at the time marched me down to the local Air Cadet Squadron. Who knew what an impact that would have on my life? I can only wish that the Air Cadet program has the same impact on your life. This summer, as you head off to the different camps, you will meet people and friends that will last you a lifetime. 4 cadets I met at summer gliding worked with me today at WestJet. I was getting my aviation medical done the other day across the airfield here, and sitting in a waiting room was another pilot. And as I went to get my jacket to leave, I said, "You look awful familiar." And he says, "So do you." I said, "Are you Rodney?" And he said, "Yes, I am." I hadn't seen Rodney since Glider Scholarship 31 years ago. Rodney had gone on to join the military. He became a snowbird pilot, and now that he's retired, he flies a private jet for an Egyptian billionaire and lives with his family up in Edmonton. The cadet program makes it a very small world. I left the cadet program right after I got my private license, and I always felt kind of bad for not having given back to the program. Well, who knew that later in life I would spend 3 years involved on the parent side of it. I have truly enjoyed my time involved with the Sponsoring Committee, working with other parents, Major Carson and his staff, and getting to know some of you, the cadets. I will miss my Wednesday nights with the fellow SSC members and parents. I wish Ray and all the best, and his team, all the best in the upcoming training year, and will still be there to provide some help when needed. I cannot stand here with all your attention and not mention that we still need 12 people for our casino on July the 26th and the 27th. Cadets, after the parade, I want you to ask your parents if they signed up yet. And if they say no, ask them why not. If it better be a good excuse, I'll let you be the judge of that. Lastly, but most importantly, I would like to thank my fellow volunteers, Karen Fernat, Yanetta Sacento, Les Uas, Sue Levine, Ray Yang, and all the parents who volunteered, came to some of our meetings, and supported their cadets throughout the year. I would also like to thank Major Carson and his staff for their input and support throughout the year. I would be lying if I said I knew what I was doing for the past year. Fortunately, the squadron has an amazing person who has a great wealth of knowledge and support, and that would be Kendra Fisher, our Southern Wing Liaison. Thank you, Kendra, for all your help this year. I also want to thank you, the cadets, the engine that runs this whole program. I have had a great time at your mess dinner this winter, and have enjoyed watching you all improve throughout the year. In closing, I would like to quote Billy Bishop, a great Canadian World War I flying ace, who wrote in a letter to his parents during the war, "This flying is the most wonderful invention. A man ceases to be human up there. He feels that nothing is impossible." I hope you all get to do that, feel like that someday. Have a great summer, and thank you for letting me be a part of this wonderful program for the past 3 years.